She was a slave girl from Egypt. Her name was Hagar, a name that meant very little in a world that treated servants as invisible. She belonged to Sarai, the wife of Abram, a man chosen by God, promised to be the father of many nations. But there was a problem. Years had passed, and Sarai was still childless. The promise of a son was still unfulfilled, and Sarai's patience was wearing thin. So she took matters into her own hands. One day Sarai came to Abram and said, "The Lord has kept me from having children. Go, sleep with my slave. Perhaps I can build a family through her." And just like that, Hagar was given to Abram, not out of love, but out of desperation. She had no voice, no choice, just a role in someone else's plan. And soon, Hagar was pregnant. Suddenly, everything changed. For the first time, she carried something important, Abram's child. And with that, she began to see herself differently. Maybe for the first time, she felt seen, valued, significant. But Sarai didn't take it well. Bitterness grew. Tensions flared. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Then Sarai mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. Hagar couldn't take it anymore. She ran away, pregnant and alone, into the hot and dangerous wilderness. No plan, no protection, just pain. But then, something holy happened in the middle of nowhere. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert, and he said, "Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going?" For the first time in this story, someone called her by name. This wasn't just an angel. Many Bible scholars believe this was a divine encounter with God himself. God spoke directly to her. "Go back to your mistress and submit to her. I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count." And then he gave her a word about her unborn son. "You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery." Ishmael means God hears. In that moment, Hagar, an Egyptian slave girl, became the first person in the Bible to name God. She said, "You are the God who sees me. El-Roi. I have now seen the one who sees me." She gave the name of the place, Bir Lahai Roi, meaning, "Well of the living one who sees me." So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. Abram was 86 years old when Ishmael was born. For a time, peace returned, but it didn't last. Years later, God finally gave Abraham and Sarah the promised child, Isaac, through Sarah herself. And suddenly, Ishmael, now a teenager, was no longer the only son. A feast was held to celebrate Isaac's weaning, but during the celebration, Sarah saw Ishmael mocking Isaac. Fury rose in her again. She said to Abraham,
"Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac."
Abraham was torn. This was still his son. But God told him not to be distressed, because he would also make Ishmael into a nation. So early the next morning, Abraham took some food and a skin of water and gave them to Hagar. He set them on her shoulders and then sent her off with the boy, back into the wilderness. Again. This time, with a teenage son by her side, and not enough water to survive. When the water was gone, she put the boy under one of the bushes. Then she went off and sat down about a bowshot away. For she thought, "I cannot watch the boy die." She wept, he wept, and God heard. God heard the boy crying, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, "What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying as he lies there. Lift the boy up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation." Then God opened her eyes. She saw a well of water. She and her son drank, revived, and lived. God was with the boy as he grew up. He lived in the desert and became an archer. Hagar was rejected by people, but she was seen by God. She was unheard in the house of Sarah, but God heard her in the wilderness. She was invisible to others, but she encountered El-Roi, the God who sees. And today, no matter who you are, where you've been, or what you've gone through, He sees you too.